Theophilus Training College. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
You're
you are.
audible.
Yes, you are. You continue.
Okay, I'm extremely thankful to our principal, Dr. K.Y. Bendick sir, in giving me such a great opportunity. It's my pleasure to welcome you all the participants today for this wonderful session. Today's session is handled by our eminent resource person, with Dr. Vidya Hari Iyer. I am really astonished when I went to her biodata, a dentist by profession and a public speaker by passion, and her immense interest in learning and her achievement in the artistic world adds more color to her fame. And also, the biodata itself is a great piece of motivation. So, on behalf of Research Committee, I welcome all the participants and Vidya ma'am for this session. Thank you. Jo Soumya?
Ma'am, may I begin?
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. Wish you all a very happy and prosperous New Year 2022. I, Akanksha Prajapati, research scholar, Theophilus Training College, welcomes everyone to the 54th Insight In-Depth Invited Talk Series webinar hosted by the prestigious Theophilus Training College, Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala. I extend my hearty welcome to our beloved principal, Dr. K.Y. Bendick sir, our resource person for today's session, Dr. Vidya Hari Iyer ma'am, our research coordinator, Dr. Bindu B ma'am, and all dear participants to this virtual platform today. Let us now begin the session by seeking the blessings of the Almighty God with this prayer song.
സത്യമായി ശുദ്ധ സ്നേഹമായി ദിവ്യജ്ഞാനമായി വാഴും ദൈവമേ നിത്യവും നിൻ കൃപാകടാക്ഷങ്ങൾ ഏകണേ ഞങ്ങൾക്കെപ്പോഴും പാരിലാലും പരിണരായോരെ സേവിപ്പാൻ ശക്തി നൽകണം സത്യധർമാദി സദ്ഗുണങ്ങള ജീവിതം ധന്യമാക്കണം ബുദ്ധനും മഹാവിഷ്ണുവും യേശു ക്രിസ്തുവും നബിയല്ലാവും എല്ലാം ഏകമാണെന്ന വേദാന്തം ഞങ്ങളിൽ ധീതമാക്കണം സത്യമായി ശുദ്ധ സ്നേഹമായി ദിവ്യജ്ഞാനമായി വാഴും ദൈവമേ നിത്യവും നിൻ കൃപാകടാക്ഷങ്ങൾ ഏകണേ ഞങ്ങൾക്കെപ്പോഴും ഏകണേ ഞങ്ങൾക്കെപ്പോഴും ഏകണേ ഞങ്ങൾക്കെപ്പോഴും.
Now, I would like to invite Mr. Ronald Rose for the welcome address.
Akanksha, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible, Ronald.
Okay, thank you. Good evening to one and all. Welcome to the 54th talk series organized by the research wing of Theophilus Training College, Nalachara, one of the premier teacher training institutes in Kerala since 1956. It's a pleasure for me to welcome our beloved principal, Dr. K.Y. Benedict sir, a recipient of Young Scientist Award, Kerala. Behind every academic excellence of this institution, we could see his fingerprint there. I welcome you, sir, for this gathering. Next, I would like to welcome our research coordinator of this prestigious institution, Dr. Bindu B. ma'am. She is the most prominent figure in our college activities. I welcome you, ma'am, for this gathering. Next, I would like to welcome our resource person of this program, Dr. Vidya Hari Iyer. Her multiple roles are psychotherapist, counselor, and dental surgeon. We are really grateful to have you here, ma'am. On behalf of everyone present here, I welcome you, ma'am. Next, I would like to welcome research guides, professors, assistant professors, teachers, teacher educators, research scholars from other institutions. Finally, I am pleased to extend a cordial welcome to my fellow researchers behind this academic exercise. Once again, I welcome you all for this academic exercise organized by Mark Theophilus Training College, Nalanchira. Thank you to each and every one of you for being here with us today. Thank you.
Thank you, Ronald. Now, I would like to invite Mrs. Smriti S. Pillai to introduce our resource person to the audience.
Thank you, Akamsha. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Thank you. It is my distinct honor and privilege to introduce today's resource person, Dr. Vidya Hari Iyer. She is a woman with confidence in herself and inspire all she gets in touch. We are indeed privileged to have such a personality with us. Dr. Vidya Hari Iyer is a passionate dentist, psychotherapist, and counselor. She is the director and founder of Dr. Vidya's Smile Dental Clinic, Chennai, and consultant dental surgeon, nutrition and wellness advisor, life and leadership coach, and also former president of Indian Dental Association. She has added loads of awards in her career as Miss Beautiful Smiley 2017, Miss Attitude 2019, Miss Ayagi 2019, Dr. Abdul Kalam Lifetime Achievement Award 2019, Miss Shakti 2019 and 2020, the Bharat Gaurav Puraskar 2020, Ellen Kellen Excellence Award for Psychology 2021. This multi-talented entrepreneur is also a half marathoner, animal lover, artist, passionate dancer, classical singer, poet, author, jewelry designer, loves adventure sports and traveling. She is nothing less than an inspiration to the youth, an absolute positive woman with an go-getting attitude who wins million hearts within her radiant smile. I welcome you, ma'am, once again. Thank you.
Thank you, Smriti. Before we begin the session, a few important announcements and humble requests to all the participants. Kindly keep your microphones on the mute for the smooth conduct of the session. Participants can place their queries in the chat box below, and there will be a discussion session as well at the end of the program. Link for the feedback form for generating e-certificates will be provided only at the end of the program, so please stay till the end. You can also watch our recorded sessions of Insight In-Depth Talk series on our official YouTube channel named MDTC Nalanchira. Thank you. Now, let me invite the speaker of today's session, a personality with vibrant and dynamic aura, Dr. Vidya Hari Iyer, ma'am, to share her wisdom with us. The platform is yours, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Akanksha. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Okay, so good evening, friends, and welcome to another amazing episode of Insight in Depth. And it's indeed a proud privilege for me to be amidst all of you today. I say this with a lot of pride because, when you are giving online lectures, I'm sure many speakers are coming on your platform week after week. I have been attending your sessions for a long time. And I guess, I have also been called a number of times on your platform. And Dr. Jojo John, sir, has almost become a very close friend from, almost 2021. And I only cherished all these beautiful memories. And now I have, Mrs. Smriti, Sanila ma'am, Akansha, Bindu ma'am, with whom I have been interacting for so long. And today's topic is going to be something very special, my dear friends. So with no further ado, I would go ahead with my screen sharing. Just let me know if you're able to see my screen. I will be sharing my screen right away.
Yes, ma'am, it's visible, ma'am.
Is it completely visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. So Give me a second. Yeah. So, good evening, friends. And as I have told you, I have a lot of reverence and respect for Jojo John sir, Dr. Benedict sir, and all my friends on the other side of this virtual platform. Thank you so much for your kind invitation. I'm obliged and overwhelmed by your hospitality. And I feel, it is so much of a give and take, which I also take a lot when I come and attend your session. So thank you for this wonderful opportunity. Today's topic is very special, my dear friends. It's called Beginning with the End in Mind. I'm sure most of us and everybody would have said Happy New Year from the 31st of December till today to whomever we met. Am I right? But what did we really mean by Happy New Year? I really want to ask you, what does Happy New Year mean to you? I'm sure at the end of the year, you want to turn back and see and say that, you made a difference, or this year made a difference to all of you. When I look back at 2021, I have very, very fond memories of being friends with all of you at Insight in Depth. And that's how I met Dr. Jojo John sir, and our journey continued from there on. So like this, what is it that you want out of 2022? So that is what is the topic all about, beginning with the end in mind. So on December 31st, 2022, how do you want your 2022 to have passed by, right? Is it just another year, or are you taking some wise decisions to make a difference? Let's go through this one by one. And before that, let me wish each one of you a very happy new year of 2022, right? So these are the first few questions I want you all to ponder upon. If you have no time right now to answer on the chat box, I would definitely urge you to make a note of these questions, because this is what is going to define your 2022. What is your purpose of life? Why do you think you were born into this world? What do you want to achieve? What is it that you want to, take back or leave back from your life? You need to write this down, my dear friends, because otherwise days would come, weeks would go, months will fly, and years will pass by. And there would be nothing which is accomplished, right? So you need to define your purpose of life. Next question, which I would want you to really think and ponder upon, is what is your inner search? What is it that would make you internally happy? I'm not talking about momentarily happiness. Maybe somebody gives you a gift, you'll be happy, absolutely. But is that the sole purpose, or is that your soul search? Maybe no. So I'm going to ask you to write, what is it that you're really searching internally? Next, are you just living your life, or are you making a difference in people's lives? I'm sure you must have all heard about a statement which says, the purpose of living, or the art of living, is the art of giving. So what are you giving right now in your, frame? And what difference are you making in people's lives? How are you touching people's lives? How are you connecting? Definitely think about all these. What are your value systems which you want to hold on to? See, many a times, whenever you see, people working or people doing things, there are sometimes value systems are lost. Now, if I have to give you a very simple example, I wear a helmet when I drive or ride my two-wheeler. Why do I do that? Because I want to protect myself. It's not because of the rule which is being put by the land where I am, or it is not because I'm scared of the police on the end of the road. It is because I believe it's good for myself. Another example maybe could be jumping the signal. There's a red stop sign and there is no policeman there. I still choose to stand there and obey the traffic laws. It is not for somebody else to judge you or, tell you that this is right or that is wrong. What would you do any which way? What are your value systems? Because if you're doing it only when a policeman or somebody to rule over us is there, that means we really did not understand why we are doing it. But if we follow it any which way, that means internally our wiring, our integrity is always at the high. So you need to define your value systems. Next, when you work up probably in a college setup or in a school or even in a corporate working arena, I'm sure all of you must have heard that each of these corporates have something called the mission and the vision statement for their company. What is a mission? A mission is the purpose. And what is a vision? A vision is something which you want to see at the end as an end result, a far-sightedness of why you began in the first place, right? So you need to write what is your mission and your vision statement for your particular life. We are not talking about educational institutions or anything like that. Or each of us have only one purpose or one life to lead. We need to define that purpose and find out why we are here and what we ought to do here or what are we here for. And another very, very important question after writing all this, are you truly working towards it? Are you working towards your mission? Now, only when you understand that, you will understand this statement, which says there are 31 lakh, I can say, 315 lakhs and 36,000 seconds in a year for all of us. Today is day 3. We've already missed out on 86,400 into 2, and today also. So what are you counting down? If you're counting down every second from today, I'm sure you would make a difference. Every passing time is so valuable. They say time and tide waits for no man. So each of us need to really work out on ourselves. And time management probably is not the right word. Self-management. What you are going to do with yourself, with that time you have in hand, is how you are going to be successful in life, right? So Seneca, an epic Stoic philosopher, he wrote in his work, the work was called The Tranquility of the Mind, in which he said, let all your efforts be directed to something and let it keep that end in view, which means whatever you're doing, you have to keep the end in mind. And this is dated somewhere between 49 to 62 AD. But if you look at what he said, makes sense even today, right? And then we had this phrase which was coined by Stephen Covey. He said, begin with the end in mind. And Stephen Covey, I'm sure you must have read a lot of his books. One of his favorite bestsellers were The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, which got published in 1988. So in that, he spoke about 7 different habits. And the second habit of that was beginning with the end in mind. So are we literally following what makes us different from the mass? Are we the wheat away from the shaft? And how is it that we want to go up in the ladder? So if you look at the population of say 100%, the moment you start following these 7 habits, you are going to really come up to the top 5% of the people in the entire world who are going to make a mark for themselves. Now let's just look at what these habits are. So this is the book I was referring to, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. And in that he speaks about the first habit, which is being proactive. Do you need somebody to prompt you every day? Get up in the morning, do this work. Have you finished your homework? Have you finished your assignment? Do you want somebody to do that for you, or are you proactive? If your answer is you're proactive, you can put a tick there. Next, is to begin with the end in mind, which is going to be the focus of my topic for the next 40 minutes at least. Now, when I think about beginning with the end in mind, I am thinking about what is it I want at the end of these 12 months. Then I break it down to every month. And then I break it down to every week. And then I break it down to every day. And then I break it down to every hour and find out what do I want to achieve at the end of the day. And I'm going to give you a lot of tips today to help you understand how you can make this 2022 really count for you in this entire year, right? Next is to put things first. So you have to prioritize things. You can't just keep doing things. And I'm sure that itself can be a topic of discussion one time. You need to know what comes first, what is so important. Only then you'll be able to finish your task. Next is to think win-win, which means both of us are going to win at the end. So right now, a lot of collaborative efforts is what gives greater results. Next is seek first to understand than to be understood. So very important. Many of us listen to answer, but I would urge you all to listen to respond. That is two different statements, my dear friends. Many a times we think that the other person is telling us something which we are already assuming. And I'm sure if you write down the word ASSUME, if you're going to assume, you break it down and it will say making an ass of you and me, which means we are not listening to each other and we are not understanding each other. And the sixth habit is to synergize, which means you might be good at some things, I might be good at something. Let us collaborate, let us become together and make the or fit into the parts of the puzzle. And the seventh habit is sharpen the saw, which means you need to prepare yourself very well to really be effective in today's world. So going back to the topic which I started with was beginning with the end in mind. So when you sit and write down, I'm sure you have all taken some kind of a resolution for 2022 like you have done every year. But maybe you have felt, oh, what is the point of writing resolutions? Anyway, I'm not keeping it or I'm not achieving it to the fullest. So then there are some people, okay, last year was different. This year is going to be totally different. I'm going to definitely stick on. You do 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, after a week, it fizzles out. So how do you actually keep yourself on track is to gain clarity of what you really want and how badly do you want. Now imagine I'm asking you to go and swim in the water and you say, I don't know swimming. I say, no issues, but still I want you to go into water. So I'm now coming back and I'm taking a hold of your neck at the back and I'm asking you to breathe in inside the water. And I'm telling you, whenever you think you need the air, you can come out of the water and breathe in again and get inside. Let's see how many seconds we can count. Now, in one such time, if I'm just holding your neck inside the water, now your chest is really getting tired. You're gasping for water. You're gasping for air. You want to come out of the water, but you're not. And I'm pushing you down. And then I leave you. And then when you come out and when you breathe that air, you feel, oh my God, what a difference. And now I'm asking you, when you wanted that air so badly, what did you really think you wanted in life? You would say, oh, I didn't think about anything else. I just wanted air to breathe. So that is how your clarity of your mind comes in. And then, are you able to plan and strategize the best route for your goals? Today is the world of GPS, my dear friends. And each time you take your GPS to go from point A to point B, you might be having so many routes to point B. Now, this is very important. You might have a shortest route, you might have a fastest route, you might have an adventurous route. Which is the route you want to take? Have you planned on the route? Have you strategized your route? Not always the shortest route is fun. Sometimes you want to reach there fast. So sometimes you might say, I want to go through the fastest route. Sometimes you might feel, oh, I would like to have some adventure. I've had a monotonous, mundane, everyday life. Let me get in for some adventure. So it is up to you to decide which route you want to take on and what is your goal and how do you plan out the most effective way to achieve that. That is again very important. In another book called First Things First, which was one of the topics of the 7 habits, Stephen Covey also says by just putting the prioritization on the top, you avoid time wasting. That's very important. If you are going to have too many things on your platter, not knowing what you want to do against what you don't want to do, everything is going to be challenging, my dear friends, because distractions are bound to happen. You will, want to start doing something. Suddenly you remembered something, you want to go into your cell phone and, check out some messages. As you check out some messages, some more messages come and then you go hooked to it. At that time, say one of your friends is sending, hey, look at this video. It's awesome. I want you to see it right now and share your feedback. And then your mind has already gone into that video. And suddenly when you turn back and see, 1.5 hours have passed by. I'm sure if you're all students studying, you would have gone through, let me take a 10-minute break, and that 10 minutes become half an hour or 1 hour, or you fall asleep in the middle and that's it. So we need to understand what are our challenges or roadblocks and how are we going to work out on those. But ultimately, all these leads to important things being left behind, which you need to understand you are the only one to face the complex consequences, right? So as I told you, each of us need to have a mission, a vision, and the values, which becomes the most important three or the triad of a human being's life. Unless you know these three, it is not going to add value to your personal life as to how you lived here. Next is when you have a vision, you're thinking about how to strategize it. As I told you, you want to know the execution plan. And then you start working on it. And as you work on it, you're going to have a lot of challenges. It's not going to be a smooth road. And only after you overcome the challenges will you be able to taste success, right? Let's remember a story from Mahabharata, right? I'm sure if you all grew up at the age where I grew up, we used to read a lot of Amar Chitrakatha books and Tinkle and all that. And we used to love these short stories of, mythological origin. And here Arjuna goes to the kingdom of Drupad, where he is holding a Swayamvara, which means, he has his daughter of marriageable age and he wants to find a suitable bridegroom for his daughter. At that time, there is a kind of a bowl with water there, and there is a fish tied up on the other end, and Arjuna is asked, like the other princes, to look into the water and then shoot the eye of the fish. At this point of time, everybody comes and tries to do the job in hand. Obviously, they all wanted to marry the princess. But whenever anybody, asked them that, what can you see? They used to say everything else. But when Arjuna was asked, what can you see? He said, I can see the eye of the fish. And the next time they asked him, can you see the tree, the branches? He says, no, I cannot see nothing but the eye of the fish. And then they say, shoot, and he shoots. And then that's how he gets married to Draupadi. So when you look at this, what can we learn from this story? If you really analyze it, it means that, he was focused, just not focused. He was laser focused. And he had no two ways about it. The entire mind, body, everything was working only towards one mission. Are we anywhere close to that? Is something which you and I need to ask ourselves every single day. Because if we are not laser focused, we're not going to work out on anything. Many people will tell me that, oh, doctor, we need to do multitasking. We're doing this and that. I say, I'm sorry. I can't do multitasking. Today, right now, at this moment, I'm talking to all of you. Imagine if I'm texting and then I'm talking to you. Will I be able to give you my 100%? The answer is an absolute no, my dear friends. So you need to understand, if you want to be a great or a bigger achiever, you should really be laser focused and avoid distractions. Avoid anything which is taking you away from your goal. Now, when I say away, it could be people, it could be situations, it could be anything for that matter. But you should be aware of what you want, and that you should have with a lot of focus. So, as Stephen Covey says, he says, the great way to begin with the end in mind is to develop a personal mission statement. Like I told you earlier, you need to have a purpose of your life and to use that statement to guide all that you want to do. If you go and ask a 10th or a 12th standard child when they are writing their board exams, just go and ask them, what is it that you're doing on weekends? They will say tuition class. What are you doing every day evening? They will say, oh, I have my assignments to complete. So what do you do in the morning? Oh, I have my online classes or I'm going to school. Don't you take a break? Yes, I do. I sleep, eat, and do the rest. But then I am focused. Now, if a 10th or a 12th standard child says this, we accept it. But how much are we doing that is the next question. So, in order to complete whatever task we have in hand, we need to develop a kind of a skill set. Now, when I say skill set, I mean the different skills you and I need to develop to achieve the dreams which we have in our mind. It could be by learning new things. It could be by accepting the growth or understanding the growth. It could be some competency of what you are doing versus somebody else, not in comparison, but in kind of, seeing who is a little better where the work comes in. Next is advanced training. Are you updating? And updating is on an everyday basis, my dear friends. Next is you are attending trainings and you are conducting trainings. So there is always an inter and intra growth. You need to learn internally, wherein you learn through books or anything like that, and intra growth happens. And then there is an inter growth happening. Now, that inter growth happens when there is a lot of interaction in a classroom or interaction on brainstorming between people. Next is the ability to do what you want to do. So there might be, like, say a 5-year-old child wants to learn how to ride a bike or a cycle. Now they have no concept about balancing. They're keeping on asking, oh, till now you gave me one wheel in the front and then two double wheel at the back to hold me. And now you're just giving me two wheels front and back and asking me to ride the bicycle. So you need to develop that kind of an ability to help you understand rather than somebody else prompting to you. I want you to understand how it works. Next is knowledge sharing. So knowledge sharing again is it's a ocean where as you read you will feel like, oh, I know only so much, I wish I know something more. So knowledge is something which is it depends on your quench for thirst of what you want to learn in life. And of course is experience works wonders, because what people can't solve through bookish knowledge, they can solve through experience. So I'm sure you all love to listen to stories, and I love telling stories. So I'm going to tell you a story here. This is a story of a ship builder, and they are building a huge ship. And almost at the end of everything, the ship is erected and all that. The ship is not working. I mean, it's not ready to go off the shore, and they are all very confused, very upset. And then they want to go to the ship maker, who's the wise person in that village. So as people go there and they say, sir, we need you to come. And he comes. And then the owner of the ship says, So you tell me anything, I'm ready to pay, because I have betted so much on this ship and people are waiting to get in and all that. And he says, give me, 1 lakh rupees. And these people are thinking like 1 lakh rupees. Okay, anyway, I have to get the work done. So they agree on it. Now he comes and he inspects the ship for about 1 or 2 hours. And after that, he just taps or hits one fine place. And he says, now switch it on. And now the ship is ready to go. At that point of time, those people are thinking, oh my God, for this one simple job where he hit, he's getting 1 lakh. So these people, being a little smart, they say, okay, we'll give you that. But what we want you to do is give us a bill with the division of what you have done. So he says, okay. And he says, fine. So he goes with his wife, eats in a very swanky kind of a restaurant. And then he says, he's going to get it done. And now he's asking those people, what is the bill about? So they are saying, the bill is 1 rupee for hitting it at the right place, but 99,999 rupees for knowing where to hit. Now that is what your experience is all about. So you need to understand that experience is only when you make mistakes and learn and you become an expert, a master in that field. And the ship baker helps that owner, and the owner is puzzled with this billing of that 1 lakh, right? So how good are you at the beginning when you are thinking about the end in the mind? So I always keep the end in mind and work. That means you're working towards your progress. And I only think about today. So if you are going to rate yourself in 0 to 10, where 10 is I always keep the end in mind, and 0 is I'm only thinking about it today, where is it that you would rate yourself? Is something you need to do, my dear friends. Only then you will get the essence of today's topic, right? So for everybody who's into goal setting, I'm sure this is going to be a game changer. I think you all know what goals are. It is your mission, your purpose of life, what you want to achieve. If you ask a student, they would say, oh, I have homework to complete and I have to submit on a Monday morning. Then they sit and write through the weekend and then they complete it. So you will have targets if you're working on any corporate sector for work, or assignments to do if you're in a college or things like that. And each of us needs to set our own goals. It is not like you get up every day and say, I have nothing to do, right? You need to know. So what are the 10 steps how you can achieve your goal? The first is to take action. So once you've written it down, take action and try hard to keep that action in progress, which means if you have to do an assignment, which is about, say, a 10 chapter, since you're all from the college industry, now I would say, okay, 1 chapter a day, I have 10 more days to submit it. So let me do 1 chapter a day. Imagine tomorrow you have some function or some wedding that you couldn't do it. So what you need to do is on the 3rd day, you need to work hard and try to get that job of the 2nd and the 3rd day done before you move on. So trying hard is definitely something all of us need to keep doing. And then you need to keep practicing. As they say, practice makes a man perfect. So only people who have kept doing it and doing it sometimes right, sometimes wrong, learning from the mistakes and keeping on doing it will see the success. Next is explore a different way. Now, suppose when you're doing something, you're getting bored or you're finding a kind of, that no results are coming, especially when you're doing some lab work or when you're doing some research work, you are thinking about what else can I do? So give me a second. Okay, so you're thinking, what else can you do? So at that particular point of time, you're thinking about, or you're laterally thinking, you're thinking out of the box to find out a different way to solve the same issue. Now, when you don't get the answer right, don't get worried. Ask somebody who's better than you, a mentor, for some advice so that, you can get the job done much better. Having a mentor in life is a gift or a blessing itself, my dear friends. See, many a times we feel like, why should I listen to somebody, or I'm grown up, or even it could be between parents and children. You think that you know everything, but always understand that person knows a little more than what you know. And you want somebody to cover your blind spots. Now, if I look for myself ahead of me, even if I stretch my hands right and left, I look at myself in the front, I will be only able to see 180 degrees. I will never be able to see the back of that 180 degrees. But there is somebody looking at us from a higher level, maybe a boss, a mentor, or whoever it is. They are able to see the 360 degrees, and they will be able to give us the guidance or the best advice. Next is to do your best. Now, when I say do your best, I'm not asking you to be very critical about yourself, not to be very strict or get into self critical analysis. I want you to feel proud of what you're doing and know that what you're doing is the best. And next is learn from others how they did it. So it's always nice to learn. I always used to think, my mother used to ask, if then when we go out for lunch or dinner or something like that to somebody's place, she'd always ask, oh, that's very nice, tasty dish. How did you make it? And I used to wonder, my mother cooked so well. Why is she asking this auntie for, recipes? And then as I grew older, I understood, it's always nice to learn how others did things. So this could be anything. So, you need to pick out that antennas of yours to be ready to learn from others. Eighth is build up upon your strength. I'm sure you all must have learned or heard about the SWOT analysis: strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. Now, until unless you know your strength, you identify your strength, how can you build upon them, right? So you need to first sit and write what all you are good at. And then you need to think about what you can do to make it better. So that is how you build upon your strength. And the 9 is review and fix your mistakes. Somebody is critical, they are telling you, this is wrong, that is right, whatever it is, you should be, as you take the applause or as you take the credentials, you should also, in that same way, you should take the flaws also, or the mistakes. No one is perfect, my dear friends, and none of us need to seek perfection, but we can get better in what we are doing. And if somebody is taking time to tell us that we are doing not to the mark that they expect, or we could do it better, until unless we open up and listen, we are not going to get it right any which way, right? And number 10 is never give up. I mean, that is something which I have followed all my life. When the going gets tough, I'm sure you all know the tough gets going. And what makes those tough people go, it is because they keep trying and they keep trying and they keep trying and they keep doing it till they have got it right. So never, ever, ever give up, my dear friends. There's always a brighter day, light at the end of the tunnel. So understanding that we are all talking about goal settings and how we are going to do, I would urge you to write your daily goals. And when do you write your daily goals? It's not when you get up in the morning. It is the previous night. You have to write whatever you wish you want to do, and take down and also take a note of the time stealers. I just gave you an example of a cell phone. The time stealers could be anything. I love listening to music. So sometimes what I do is when I'm cooking or when I'm cleaning, I switch on the music, and I love to listen to songs as I work, because I feel, it becomes like a time for myself. Now, what happens is sometimes when you hear your favorite song playing, you go into a trance. You want to enjoy that song, and then you feel a little, you say, okay, one more song, and then I'll do it. And then it becomes one more song, and then they become your time stealers. So these are things which you need to be mindful about. Next is to build resilience. Now, when I say resilience, I mean don't go too hard in yourself. Many a times I've seen when you set goals, health goals are a very big priority. People say, from tomorrow I'm going to start exercising, I'm going to run, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And that's all on the 31st night, right? On the first, they will do. Second, they will do. Third, let me take a break. Fourth, The alarm, okay, I will snooze this alarm. Next alarm, I'll get up. Like that, you keep doing it, and then you are off the track already. Now, when you come back to the track, I don't want you to beat yourself up, right? I want you to say, okay, I did it today. Let's take one day at a time. Let's make it possible. Otherwise, you'll be away from your goal. You'll stop from your goal altogether, right? Next is when you wake up early. I'm sure you must have seen or heard many videos which says like a person who gets up half an hour early every single day has a complete month at the end of the 12 months. What does that mean? That means he's having 12 months already, like you and me, but he gets 1 month extra when he starts waking up early. So early to bed and early to rise, I'm sure you all know, makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. And this is something we learned again when we were in kindergarten, right? So waking up early is something much very important. And I don't know the scenario everywhere, but with time getting back, I think we need to understand this particular importance in our lives. Next is time for emergencies. See, when you plan a day, there are times when something suddenly crops up and then you don't have time for that, or that takes a priority number one and you're not able to complete your work. So always have these stop gaps wherein you will be able to fit in things or push in things to get you to the success level. Next is be a proactive person. I told you what proactiveness means, and you need to work on it. Work according to the to-do list and loop the work as much as possible. When I say looping the work, I really understand that, see, if you are a person who's going out to buy vegetables and then you have to pay your telephone bill. I'm not talking about the online payment. You might have to stand or give some complaint or something like that. And then you have a shoe which you want to get it stitched from the cobbler. Now you've started from the house. Don't come back home and then say, okay, I'm again going to the cobbler. Again, come back home, I'm going out for something. Don't do that. Loop the work as much as possible and get the job done one way. And that is the way you will be able to buy or earn more time for yourself, right? Next is setting personal goals. Now, many a times when people ask me, or I'm sure when Bindu ma'am spoke or Akansha spoke in the, when they were trying to introduce me, they said I did a couple of things, and yes, I did it because I wanted to have some laterals in my life. I didn't want to get stuck with whatever I was into. I wanted variety. Imagine eating the same food every single meal of your day or every single day of your life. It's not going to be interesting. When your tongue sees variety, when your eyes want variety, when you feel like wearing different colored clothes or different types of clothes and the cuts of clothes, imagine your life. How do you want to plan your life? So when I started doing this exercise 13 years back, so almost in 2009 and 10, when I started doing this exercise, I found a huge growth spurt in my career, in my academics, in everything I could do. And that made me feel a lot more confident. And I was able to understand myself better. I was able to accept myself better. I was able to, give a kind of credentials to the effort I was putting into understanding what I wanted in life. And today, if I'm going to share you a few of the secrets, and if you're going to follow that, I'm sure I would have made one difference at least to one person in this entire audience, right? When you do this, your body image improves, your body language improves, your willpower, internal grit, stamina, that improves. You have a better growth mindset, and there are a lot of conflicts which are running into your mind every single day. For example, even getting up in the morning, like one side of you says, oh, get up, you planned and you have so much to do. The other side says, oh my god, why don't you just pull up and sleep? It's raining outside, don't you want to enjoy? So which side wins? The side which you feed your brain with. If you are going towards the negative, it's going towards the negative. You're not going to be able to stop yourself. And appreciate yourself, my dear friends, and let go of the past. Each of us have made mistakes in life, and it's okay. It's okay to make mistakes, and it's okay to, go through that. But it is not okay if you have not learned from your mistakes. So do that and stop procrastinating. Stop telling tomorrow and the day after, and start reading more and more books, because books are going to be your best friend, and that is going to take you on a trajectory, exponential growth in life. I'm sure most of you are professionals, and when you want to define your professional goals, you need to be a little more critical about what you're thinking about, what you want to have your projections, probably 1 year from today, 5 years from today, and things like that. You have to find out what are the challenges on your pathway, grow your network, improve your time management skills, improve your emotional intelligence and emotional mental, the setup, and improve on your weakness. So once you identify your strength and your weakness, it is always better that you improve on your weakness. I'm sure you must have heard this statement which says, the chain is strongest till the weakest link breaks away. So are you a weak link? That is something which you need to identify yourself. If you're a weak link, then you're not going to work out. So that is very important, whether it is in professional life or in personal life. Next is develop your strength, accept new opportunities. See, whenever an opportunity comes, be ready to grab it. Grab it with both your arms. Give your intention to God that you wanted it for all that while. And tweak your work life balance. Today, I think many a times people are not able to have a healthy work life balance. Now, this is because you've not prioritized yourself. Until unless you do it, nobody else is going to do it for you. So it's time to wake up, and it's time to understand that you need to have a good work life balance. Next is having family and friendship goals. This is again very important, because the way you treat yourself, the way you treat your partner, the way you treat your neighbors, your children, anybody for that matter, will speak volumes about you. What is the temperature of the room when you enter? Is it getting soured, or is it getting hot, or are people enjoying your company, or are they getting enriched? What is it that you bring into the aura of the room? Now, if you know that, or when you know that, that is when you will understand how friendly you are with people. And they say a family that eats together, prays together, stays together. So at least try eating one meal a day together. It's not like just take a plate and put food and then go off or run into your room and keep your cell phone and keep digging into it. That's not going to work out. So one time of the day, one meal of the day, sit, talk, eat, enjoy yourself, and make it a kind of a celebration. Next is, if you're a very nuclear family, just husband and wife, or maybe husband, wife, and just children, then you can also have a confirmed family time either every day or weekly. You can plan well in advance that, I'm going for a picnic. Are you interested to come? You can tell your brothers, your sisters. And in case they come, it will be a kind of a nice outing for all of you. And relive and revive both the family traditions. See, many families are, dwindling into whatever they are, and this itself is a lot of trauma for all the elders of the house. So if you are not living or reliving these family traditions, they'll all be gone by the end of the era, right? And plan for a family vacation, and when you're planning, always think about some place which everybody would have a fun with. Next is financial goals. I know this is a very big topic by itself, but nevertheless, think about what all are the materialistic things you want, what all are the emotional things what you want, and what is it that you really want. Without that, you can't live. Now, once you divide it into all these, you can think about what you want to buy. Maybe a house, a car, I don't know. And probably you want to buy some assets and earn or invest money. And then you're thinking about retiring mindfully. You're also thinking about the food which was made at the home before lunch. And then, you're thinking about what is going to be prepared for dinner. And so many things like that will be going on in your mind. But all this together, when you think about it on the finance part of it, whether it's the woman of the house or the man of the house, I guess we need to understand both the major and the minor needs and keep allowance for that and retire mindfully. Many a times today, I'm hearing a lot of people, giving up or working out like VRS or voluntary retired life from very reputed companies because they want to buy time. And by time, when they become financially, at a crossroad, they are thinking about expanding their finances. They get into investment or stock or anything like that. So it is up to us to understand how are we going to balance our life. Are you going to work throughout your life, maybe till your 70s, 80s, or are you planning to retire early so that you can enjoy your life? It is again something which you are looking at, right? Next is spiritual goals. If you ask me very personally, what goals are very important or the most important, I would say the spiritual goals, because we all begin the day with prayer and end the day with prayer. I'm so excited to tell that this platform of Insight in Depth always has a prayer song in the beginning, and I'm so glad you play that. I'm so happy that you play that. At the end also, I've always felt that there's a lot of devotional aspect to this. And now this is very important because with God, anything is possible. I think, that is how we look at life, and being grateful, thanking God, that will give you a lot of inner peace and meditation, understanding your core belief, value system, and figuring out your priorities, following a very ethical life. And now that is something which I don't know to ask, bit shocked to buy ethics now, but then most of us need to teach the next generation what ethics and what moral values are, because that is where I think there is a lot of lack. And then it is when people praise you, when you accept it, you should also accept criticism gracefully, and that is very important. And charity, of course, like it depends on how you want to look into life, and how you are thinking about giving back to the society. And that is again very, very important as we move ahead in our spiritual goals. Next is health and fitness, and I don't know how much can I harp on this, because if not for the health and the fitness, I think all of us wouldn't have seen today. Because for the last 2 years, all of us have been hit by the bug, and immunity and health and fitness is the buzzword around. So you should eat on time, you should maintain your ideal body weight, be fit, not only physically fit, I'm telling mentally fit, mentally tough fit, I would say. Learn any self-defense or any kind of a habit which you can develop in a sport way, and change your lifestyle in case it's of not adding value to your life. And as possible, as much as possible, try to have 45 minutes to 1 hour of body exercise every single day. Next is the recreation goals. I don't know what you all like, but generally you can fix up hobbies or recreational goals. Have some me time, plan some time together. If you are on a date, you can go on a date and have a fun-filled date, an adventure-filled date, trekking, jogging, whatever, a river, canoeing or kayaking or whatever works out for you, and have an adventure sports which you would like to work on. Live your life. I think one life and live your life in size. I'm not sure if there is somebody's audio on. I think that is causing some difference. You can switch it off if possible. And next is, we have this folks, we call it the pizza chart. You can have a center part, and then you can go ahead with about marking from 1 to 10. And whichever is of most importance to you, whether it's your personal, your health, your relationship, or your social life, your attitude, your career, your finance, or anything in between. I mean, you can add whatever you want for yourself on that, so that you can get a kind of diagram which will give you an idea of how your life is, and are you leading a well balanced life. When I did this experiment on myself 13 years back, I was shocked. I understood that, I was not giving enough importance to my health. And from then, I started working out on that part, because you might think, oh, she's a doctor, she would know everything. Yes, we are doctors, but when a patient comes to us at lunchtime, we don't say, I'm hungry. We see the patient and send them, right? So our lunchtime gets shaken up. But then we realized that you have to eat on time, and that is very important and vital for our health, for our production to be better, and we can do much better things the right way. So these are certain things which you need to change. I think there is some disturbance. I would encourage people to kindly work out and
Mrs. Reena, kindly keep your mic mute the stage, please.
can I continue, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. So the real road to success, if you thought it was a straight road with you have an idea and then you have a plan, you're executing it, and then you're going to just reach the destination, I'm sorry. You're going to have obstacles. You're going to, need a lot of mental grit to stay positive as you move ahead. You might be upset. You might get depressed. There will be some self-doubt because nobody will believe in what you want to do. You might see first signs of achievement, and then you're thinking about some motivation, some boost or some hustle, and then you want to get better at what you're doing. You want to optimize it, and only then success comes. So success is, a quantum of what you have gone through, the ups and downs, and still you were consistent and persistent in what you wanted to achieve. So if you look at the road to success, it's definitely not a straight road. It is a road with a lot of ifs and buts, turns and twirls, excitement, adventure, where you need to just keep on keeping on and march forward. Very, very important. So what is a crossroad formula? Many a times after taking a resolution, there's always a right and the left side, right? So whatever path you are going to choose is going to shape you from today onwards. You will be asking yourself, are you making the wise decision? Are you aware of the roadblocks? Are you aware of the consequences of not taking the other path? That is something which you need to know. Many a times when we are on a weight management program, one cake. So what if I have that? That becomes one thing. And that one cake becomes an entire cake or an entire week of, not taking or sticking onto your diet. So healthy eating is something again which you need to understand. So you should be aware of your consequences. You should be ready to do whatever it takes to reach your destination. You should not leave it. It is not over until you win. That is the most important thing. And whom are you ready to hang around to learn the new skills? I'm going to give you a life example of a very successful person just to understand what we could learn from that life story. And who are you going to partner with? Who are going to hold your hands or rub the shoulders with you? And what are your time stealers? Again, these are things which you need to understand. So this is a story of a fisherman who was enjoying his afternoon, the sun, and he just had swimming on the beach, and then he comes and lies down. And at that particular point of time, a rich man crosses him and says, "What are you, my dear friend?" And he says, "I'm a fisherman." "Okay, so what do you do?" He says, "I go into the sea, collect the fish, and come and sell." And then he says, "What do you do after that?" He said, "I sell the fish and then I earn the money, and here I'm resting." So he says, "Why don't you think about exporting the fish?" He says, "Exporting the fish for what?" So he says, "No, when you export, you will earn more money." And then he says, "Okay, after earning more money, what do I do with it?" So he says, the rich man says, like, okay, you can earn more money and then buy a bigger house and probably have much more luxuries. He says, after that, what? He says, then probably you can sit on the beach and enjoy yourself. So the fisherman says, that's exactly what I'm doing now. I'm contented. So the goals is not for you to prove to the world that you are a richer person or whatever. It is for you to have a soul satisfaction that you are happy the way you are at the present moment. This is a very important understanding of what we need to understand. And the benefits of understanding to have the beginning, at the beginning itself to have the end in mind is it helps you take charge of your life. And first it happens in your mind and then in reality. I'm sure if you ask anybody anything, like probably an architect, if you ask them, how did you build this house? They would say, oh, I had it in my mind and I put it into my drawing. You ask a filmmaker, how did you make this movie? It is so beautiful. He would say, oh, I was thinking about it. So always remember, it happens in your mind first and then in reality. So protecting your mind is very important, and beginning with the end in your mind is very important. It helps you decide the route. It helps you navigate so that you don't move off from the path. It helps you plan out an action plan so that you are monitoring yourself. It helps you understand your shortfalls where you need to hone new skills, like I gave you a few minutes before. It helps you get more clarity of your vision. That is very, very, very important. It also helps you understand that you need guidance from mentors, and it helps you understand the value of delayed gratification. Many a times people want instant results. I can understand instant noodles has come in, instant coffee or tea has come in. But tell me, has God reduced the number of months to give rise to another human being? Not really. So there are only certain things where you can get instantly. For things of marvel, the way you and I have been born into this world has helped people understand the value of delayed gratification. You need to stick on to what you have started, and it needs that time to mature. So there was always a conversation between a pregnant dog and a pregnant elephant. The dog says, oh, I'm pregnant. The elephant says, yes, I'm pregnant too. The dog says, oh, that's lovely. Congratulations. The elephant says, congratulations to you too. Within few months, the dog delivers litters of puppies, and there are 10, 12 puppies outside. And the dog is going back to his friend, the elephant, and saying, see, I gave birth to my children. Are you really pregnant? So the elephant says, yes, I am really pregnant. And then a year goes, and another, and now the dog is saying, tell me if you're really pregnant. And then once the elephant delivers, the entire world comes to see the baby elephant. So sometimes when you wait and get something, believe me, you're getting something much better. And that is the value of delayed gratification. And you need to commit, and that commitment is just not in the beginning. You should commit till you have reached that goal. And the benefits will be to help you see the clarity of the end. Only when you are having beginning itself, that what you want at the end, that will help you really focus and get that clarity. And whenever you celebrate your success, celebrate it like never before, my dear friends. That is again very important. Let's look at the real life of Dhirubhai Ambani ji. So you can all understand, or you all must have heard that, he worked in a kind of a petrol pump, and, he was an attendant, and he had an aspiration of owning or building a refinery. Today, we know that Reliance is one of the biggest industries. And we know that their house is the richest or the biggest house, at least in India. and Asia. Now, this is where we need to understand, what did Dhirubhai Ambani do? This is a proverb which he held very close to his heart. And this is a Yemeni proverb which says, "You must visit Sana, however long the journey takes." Which means if you have your eyes on the prize, you should work yourself till the end, till you see the prize. So it does not depend on whether you took 3 years to do it or I took 10 years to do it. But it means that we stood committed to whatever decision we took. So that is very important. And if you look at the quotes, what he said, think big, think fast, and think ahead, because ideas are no one's monopoly. So you need to think big, think fast, and think ahead. And you do not require any invitation to make profit. It's all there in the universe. You need to ask, the universe is ready to give. Meeting deadlines is not good enough. If somebody tells you finish a task by a particular date, and you have completed it, that's not great. The greatness comes when you're beating the deadline itself. That means you are working beyond your expectation to get that job. And bet on people. People are the biggest resources. You should keep building your network. And we cannot change the rulers, but we can change the way they rule us, which means you become the architect of your future. You design it. You become that what you want to see. So with that, I come to the end of today's lecture, my dear friends. I hope you understood the value of to begin with the end in mind, and I'm sure you've set up your goals for the year 2022, the different types of goals we discussed. If not, do it today, because the rest of the year is waiting for you to complete and celebrate it. Thank you so much for your patient listening, and I'm open to question and answers at this point of time.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am, for an incredibly excellent and motivational session. What better way to start our new year than this? And I'm sure I'm going to watch this session in a loop. And also our participants must have had a wonderful learning from this session. Now the forum is open for discussions.
Okay. There's somebody who said my sound is very low. Was it low, or was there some technical glitch from the other side?
No. It is really good and audible.
Okay, sir.
Yes, perfect.
Okay.
You have not only a very good smile, but good sound also.
It was perfect, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I think there are many.
Congratulations, Vidya. Perfect. Perfect.
Thank you
Perfect
so
as
much,
usual.
Jojo John, sir. I think, when you called me up and you said, I want you to be the speaker, the only thing which I had in mind was beginning of the year, I'm sure many of us set goals or resolutions. People ask us, what are the resolutions you kept? But I wanted to draw a line and make people understand it is not very important for you to just have resolutions, but it is how to stick to your resolutions and make it work. So thank you so much, sir, for your invitation, and it's a pleasure as always. I guess.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
We owe you all that. We owe you all that.
I guess Mary was raised a hand. If somebody could allow her to talk.
Hi, ma'am. It is very wonderful session. So I learned lot of things in the very, very different topic, and I learned lot of takeaway. I jotted down many points. Every time I don't have any questions for you, but I have a lot of takeaway and appreciations from my side. So
thank you so much.
I never miss your session unless I'm really busy. I never miss your sessions, any one of your sessions in any forum. I don't miss it unless I'm little bit held up with work. That's all. Today I was
That is
waiting.
so sweet of you.
That 6:15 I was waiting. Anyway, I will attend Jojo John sir every session, but today is special because you're there. So, all the best,
Thank you
ma'am.
so much.
And your smile, keep smiling. Have a wonderful year ahead. All the best for you, our profession, and all the best for your life also. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thanks, participants. I'm seeing a lot of you who have congratulated. Thank you. I might not be able to tell all your names because the chat box is just jumping up fast. But for all those people who have stood up, and I really appreciate your valuable feedback. If there's anything that you want to ask me, please help me answer you. It would be very useful. I think Jomsi's audio is on, Jomsi Jose. If it is not adding information, can you kindly silence your
Kindly mute your mic, please. Jomsi Jose. Or NC
I
ma'am,
think you
please,
have
I
to-
request you to please mute her, the host, NC ma'am.
Yeah. So thank you so
Ma'am,
much.
I feel very much proud and honored by the presentation of Dr. Vidya today as the opening batsman for the new 2022.
Thank you so much, Benedict sir. It's indeed a pleasure to come and serve you and the entire organizing team. I'm ever indebted because I have made friends with all of you, and it is a pleasure. It's like homecoming for me. And I'm waiting when I can travel to Trivandrum to actually come and meet all of you.
You are most welcome. Hope that within a short period of time we may be able to meet each other.
Absolutely, sir. I'm looking forward.
I wish to give a special appreciation to Dr. Jojo John for making Dr. Vidya Iyer to be available in our midst. Maybe the third time she is doing a presentation. Hope that we will get more presentations in due course.
Thank
And I
you, sir. Dr.
congratulate and
Bindu was
appreciate
doing all the
Dr.
work, sir.
Jojo John for taking up the challenge of organizing this program from the beginning. Now it is the 54th one. So as our institutional organogram has changed with more responsibility, with the people we have shuffled all the responsibilities. So from 2022 onwards, Dr. Bindu B is coordinating the research wing activities along with the support of Dr. Joju and all other research scholars. So I appreciate and congratulate Dr. Joju John for taking the challenge and making this program a vibrant and meaningful one all through these past few months.
Thank you, sir. With your support and with the support of great people like Dr. Vidya ma'am. Thank you.
Also, I welcome Dr. Bindu and appreciate for her earnest willingness to shoulder the responsibility, and she has started her innings from this 54th presentation onwards. Congratulations, Bindu, for your presence as the coordinator of the research wing. Hope that the system and the college and all those who are associated with us will get a lot of support and guidance from your side. Welcome, Bindu.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Ma'am, Vidya ma'am, thank you very much. It was an eye-opening session in the sense that is highly worthy for all of us. That is, it was not only a dream for it is a dream for every researcher to complete their research work at the earliest. So how the art of being meticulous and how we should attempt it, will be of great help to all of us. As it says, luck is what happens when opportunity meets preparation. So how to grab each and every opportunity that comes on our way, and also how to be prepared for it. It is highly worth, ma'am. And one thing I would like to mention is that your presentation is just like you, ma'am. It is very touch all the diverse areas and it is multi-dimensional. So once again, thank you, ma'am, for being with us in this New Year session. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Bindu ma'am. Actually, your name itself is very special to me. I have a younger sister, and her home name is Bindu. So, so whenever I was texting you, it was like texting my own sister. So,
Thank you.
I felt very special when Jojo John sir just connected and said, Dr. Bindu will call you. So, it was very special. So, thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. So, any other questions? Otherwise, I'm so happy that the feedback is like they all enjoyed the session. I enjoyed the session and presenting it to you too. The only thing is, I would say that if you want to become to the top 3% of the population of the entire world, okay, now I'm not saying India, I'm not saying South India, I'm saying entire world. If you want to become a kind of, spearheading towards your future in a positive way, one urge for each one of you today is sit down and write down your goals. Not only in your academic way, okay? Not only in one arena. You have to write it in your personal life, in your professional life, in every aspect of what you want to define your life as. That is very important. There are many people who have been great achievers in their professional life, but if they did not have a good
Wonderful
personal
beginning,
life.
Vidya ma'am. We had a wonderful beginning this year with your inspiring words.
Thank you so much, sir. So,
Vidya ma'am, we
if
had a
you
wonderful beginning.
want a balance, you should be able to balance it in all arenas of your life, and that is very important. Even if you score 1 mark extra in all of them, you're good. So that is. Thank you so much, sir. Yes. So, that is very important. So please work out on that, and you are free to text me. I am going to text you my number in case you want to, catch up. So, yes. So take care, my dear friends, and very, very, very happy to be a part of all of you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Take care.
Now let me invite Mrs. Thank you,
Thank you
ma'am.
so much,
Always
Akansha.
pleasure to have you here. Thank you, ma'am.
Same here, dear. Same here. Thank you.
Let me now invite Mrs. Sindhu A. Sara for the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Akanksha. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Respected Principal, Dr. K.Y. Bendick, sir. Research Coordinator of Mar Theophilus Training College, Dr. Bindu, ma'am. Our Chief Guest of the day, Dr. Vidya Hari Iyer, ma'am. Jojo John, sir. All our research guides, scholars, and students. First of all, let me thank Dr. Vidya Hari Iyer, ma'am, who is continuously sparing her valuable time to be with us. Today, we had an excellent opportunity to hear her wonderful talk on beginning with the end in mind. Ma'am, you have motivated us to get our diaries ready and write down and plan for the year 2022. Thank you so much, ma'am. It was so captivating, so motivating, encouraging, so soothing. I think there are not, these adjectives are not enough to just describe what you have done today. It has just made us, start this 2022 with a lot of energy. Thank you so much, ma'am. You have helped us to discover ourselves, to value ourselves, and to set goals. Thank you, ma'am, once again. Next, I would like to thank and express our deep gratitude to our principal, Dr. K.Y. Bendick, sir, for initiating this Google platform. Thank you, sir. We have not only gained knowledge, but also have had the opportunity to interact with great visionaries and personalities, one of which is definitely Dr. Vidya Iyer, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Next, I wish to express our gratitude to Dr. Bindu, our research coordinator, for her invaluable support. I again thank Jojo John, sir, still very much a part of this program, for his unstinting support. Thank you, ANSI teacher, for all the technical support. Finally, let me thank each and every one of you who have joined to make this 2022 a wonderful year to start right from January onwards. Let's all follow what Vidya ma'am has said. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you, Sindhu ma'am. Thank you all
Congratulations.
the participants.
Okay, you can continue, Agamsha, please.
Sir, after you.
Congratulations all the research scholars for making the arrangements very systematically ordered, and you have created a history by continuously doing these things, and so that hope that the next weeks we may be able to have more meaningful participation in this program. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you all the participants for your valuable participation with us. With this, we have come to an end of the session. Please join us in the next session, that is on next Monday, for another excellent talk. Thank you. I request everyone to stand up for the national anthem. And feedbacks link has been shared in the chat box. Kindly fill it for generating an e-certificate. Thank you, everyone.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन